Hey guys, it's about beer 30. Let's take a walk into the kitchen and see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews. Got us a big 22-ounce bottle. This was sent to me by Brandon. He's down in Texas. This is Lakewood Brewing Company out of Texas. This is their Grand Allowance, and it is a wheat wine. I think I've had one other wheat wine, and I'm not so sure about that style of beer. Probably not my cup of tea. Probably an acquired taste like a sour beer would be. But we're going to give this a whirl and see what we end up with, and see whether this blows my hair back and my socks off or anything like that. This is a 12.8%er according to Beer Advocate. Untapped has it at 12.8 with 62 IBUs. Commercial description says Grand Allowance is the ninth. This is their ninth release in their limited legendary series. Marks the second in a mini series of 3 unique wood-aged beers inspired by the deities known as the Three Fates. The Morale sisters determine the lives and destinies of all, controlling the fates of both gods and mortals alike. The second sister, Lachesis, measured the thread of life, deciding the number of days you had on earth. Thus we present a sumptuous wheat wine for the second in line, aged in Chardonnay barrels, for a soft, full-bodied beer brimming with vitality. So, don't know what to expect here, guys. I really don't. I haven't had a lot of this style of beers before, so we're going to find out here whether it's my cup of tea or not. That's all we need to talk about. We've got the ABV and the IBUs. I don't think it's got a date on it anywhere. I'll look when I come back after the beer is out of it, the bottle, and we'll take a closer look to see if there's any kind of dating or anything like that on it, or vintage or something. So let's do it. Let's get it on. Let's pop the top on this thing. Nice hiss, not a lot of smoke. Into the glass we go. While I'm pouring this, I tell you the cheeses are your stronger cheeses, your tangy cheeses, Brick, Adam, and Feta. General digestive meat is shellfish, game, and grilled meat. Glass right snifter, oversized wine glass. It says here can be cellared for a long period of time. And I've had it for a little while. Didn't pour much of a head on that. It is a brownish red mahogany color. I can see the light through the thin part of the glass down here. Not much head. Let's get it to the nose. Smells a lot like a light barley wine. Nice sweetness on the back end. A little bit of oak woodiness there from the barrels. And a little bit of venomous grape from the Chardonnay barrels. Very unique characteristics. Definitely getting some of the wine barrel aging on this. Well, let's dive in, see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Brandon. Caramel, toffee, maybe a hint of some black molasses. A lot like a barley wine, with a little bit of that woodiness and grape characteristics to go with it from the Chardonnay barrel. Definitely different. A unique twist on basically a barley wine style ale that's been done in some different barrels. And they're calling it a wheat wine, so more likely there's been some wheat involved in the brewing process. The malt and the caramel toffee molasses is standing out more to me right now than the Chardonnay woodiness grapes that I'm getting. It has a little bit of a bitterness on the back end, unlike a barley wine would typically have. To me, even though it's a big beer at 12.8%, it doesn't drink like that. It drinks like a lighter version of a barley wine with the sweetness a little more subdued than you would get on a 12% almost a 13% barley wine. Definitely different, guys. Definitely a different beast here than your typical big, almost 13% barley wine. A little bit more characteristics and then a bunch of sweet malt and toffee and caramel. I am getting some of that oak woodiness from the barrels and a little bit of the grapes from that. So, but it's right out of the fridge. Let's let it warm up and see what we end up with. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Something a little different than your typical barley wine. I looked at the bottle when I come back. There's no kind of dating or vintage or anything like that on it. I got a problem with that. It's a big beer though. It's a 12.8%. It's going to keep for a long time. Probably a reason they choose not to. Maybe they're using the same bottle year after year after year. I don't know. The beer is like a barley wine, but it's got some wheat that's done in it, and with the Chardonnay barrel aging of it, a little bit of the oak woodiness from the barrel, a little bit of vinous grape taste, but it's very subdued. I don't think they left it in the barrels very long. It drinks a lot lighter than a 12.8%, so it's a very well made beer. But it does have some barley wine qualities to it with the sweetness, but it has a little bit of bite on the back end. As far as the IBUs, like I said, the IBUs according to Untappd is 63. That's a little on the stronger side to me for a barley wine, but you know, there's a lot of malt to produce a 12.8%. So, not my style of beer, but a nice change up from a typical barley wine. Don't know if it's something that I would buy without having any kind of vintage or something like that on it, whether it's a 2013, 2017, or whatever. I would like to see that on there somewhere. But maybe they're using the bottle with the silks. It's got a silkscreen printing and stuff on it, so I'm sure it costs them a lot to produce that. Maybe they're using those bottles year after year, if they are. I'm not sure. Especially since it's a series of 1 of 3, and this is 2 out of number 3. Well made beer, I will say that. I'll choke. Something a little different. It is well made. A lot of barley wine-esque flavors, but a little stronger on the back end as far as bitterness than your typical barley wine is going to have. And maybe I didn't get a big creamy mouthfeel from the wheat or anything like that. So I'm kind of on the fence here, guys, on this one. I don't think it's to the A category, to be honest with you. I'm going to give it a B+, 88 from me. That's where I'm going to put this beer. Let's run over to Beer Advocate. They say 4 out of 5. I'm not giving it that score. Pretty close, but not quite. And over to Untappd, they have it at 3.96. B+ from those. guys there. And I agree, that's where I'm putting it, B+ for me. Probably not something, if I could get it here, which I cannot, that I would probably pick up. But it was a nice change. It is a well-made beer. Definitely something a little different. So pick it up if you see it. Give it a try. See what you think of it. And if you've had it, let me know what you think. I did enjoy it. Final beer of the evening for me. So let me know if you've had this one. The Grand Allowance from Lakewood Brewing. Definitely a little bit different, but like I said, not quite to the A category as far as I'm concerned, but it's still a very tasty beer. So, let me know what you think, and until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.